Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Bachelor Grant Ellis denies blindsiding runner-up Litia Garr. The narrative throughout season 29 of The Bachelor was that Grant Ellis fell in love with two women on the show and struggled to choose between them. Viewers watched him send Litia Garr home and proposed to Juliana Pasquarosa during the season finale. Litia was visibly stunned by his change of heart, but he denied blindsiding her when he sent her home. Litia Garr claims Bachelor star was going to propose to her. Litia Garr headed into the final rose ceremony convinced that Grant Ellis was going to choose her. Except he didn't. After letting her tell him how much she was looking forward to their future together, he dropped the bombshell that he was choosing Juliana Pasquarosa instead. Grant tried to let Litia down easy, but she admitted that the breakup changed her perception of him. She made some heavy allegations during both the breakup and the After the Final Rose special. After Grant told her that he was choosing Juliana, Litia said that she loves Juliana and thinks Juliana deserves happiness. However, if Litia were Juliana, she would feel some type of way about the things Grant was saying to Litia throughout the season. Litia called Grant out for misleading her. Litia was clearly still angry during the After the Final Rose special. She claimed that Grant all but told her that he was going to propose the last time they saw each other before the rose ceremony. "I remember saying goodbye to him and saying, 'Oh my gosh, we are getting engaged tomorrow.' And he said, 'I know, I can't wait. I love you. I love you. I love you.' Those were the last words that he said to me before I walked up there. So it was a shock," Litia said, according to Us Weekly. She claimed that he told her he could pull a Clare Crawley and quit the show to be with her. Clare famously left season 16 of The Bachelorette early after falling in love with Dale Moss almost immediately. Grant denies blindsiding runner-up. Litia's shock was understandable. Grant said "I love you" to her during their fantasy suite date. In fact, he kept telling her he loved her even as he dumped her. He basically said that he loved Litia, but his connection with Juliana was stronger. In a post-show interview with PUVilla magazine, Grant Ellis defended his behavior. He said that breaking up with Litia was the best thing for her. "For me to be in a relationship where somebody may be loving me, but I'm not receiving it the way that I want or the way that I need. It would be unfair to that person," he added. The Bachelor star denied leading Litia on. "I don't feel like I misled. I feel like I led with my heart," he said. He continued sharing his side of the story. "I feel like it would be misleading if I made promises, but I expressed my feelings, which I do every day. I've been in those shoes, so I know where she's coming from, and I'll always come from a place of compassion," he said. Juliana seemed unbothered by Litia's suggestion that Juliana should be upset about what went down during the season. "I can understand there being love there for her and love there for me, but I think it's just two different types of love," she told PUVilla. The final rose may have been handed out, but the thorns are just beginning to show. In a dramatic turn of events that left fans stunned and social media ablaze, Bachelor Grant Ellis is facing intense backlash after a tearful finale revealed he chose Tessin Monroe over fan favorite Litia Garr, despite what many called undeniable chemistry throughout the season. Now, in an exclusive sit-down interview, Grant is breaking his silence and denying that he blindsided Litia, insisting she knew how I felt the entire time. A picture-perfect season, until the final frame. For weeks, viewers watched as Grant, a 34-year-old pediatric surgeon from Savannah, Georgia, seemed to build a deep and emotional connection with Litia, the bubbly 29-year-old kindergarten teacher from Seattle known for her infectious laugh and heart-on-her-sleeve vulnerability. From their one-on-one vineyard date where they danced barefoot in the rain, to the hometown visit where Litia's mother tearfully whispered, "Don't break her," everything pointed to her being the frontrunner. Even during the fantasy suite week, where whispers of overnight confessions swirled, body language experts and Bachelor Nation sleuths alike were convinced Litia was the one. But in the end, it was Tessa, reserved, mysterious, and always a bit harder to read, who won the final rose in Grant's heart. Litia's shocked expression as she stood alone at the final rose ceremony, wearing a pale blue gown that would later trend under #JusticeForLitia, spoke volumes. As tears streamed down her face, she whispered, "I didn't see this coming." The internet erupted. Grant speaks out. That moment wasn't the full story. Now, sitting in a sleek gray chair in a studio softened with roses and candlelight, Grant leans forward with furrowed brows and a heavy sigh. "I know how it looked," he begins, choosing his words carefully. But that moment, her saying she didn't see it coming, that wasn't the full story. According to Grant, he and Litia had several off-camera conversations toward the end of filming where he expressed doubts about whether their relationship could translate into real-world longevity. "I told her, Litia, you're incredible. I respect you. But something in my gut is telling me that we're not aligned in the ways that matter most outside of all this. I thought I was being honest. Maybe too honest." He pauses. "I never meant to hurt her." Litia fires back. "We talked about baby names." But Litia sees it differently. In a post-finale podcast appearance on Bachelor Breakdown, she pushed back hard on Grant's version of events. If he was having doubts, he never made that clear. "We were talking about baby names, our future dogs, what holidays would look like with both our families. That's not someone who's unsure," she said, her voice breaking. "When I walked up to him that day, I genuinely believed he was going to propose." Litia also claims that during their final overnight, Grant told her she was everything he ever wanted in a wife. When asked if she felt misled, her answer was simple: yes, 100%. Fans pick sides, and the internet is divided. Social media has become a battleground. Some fans have rallied behind Litia, with hashtags like #Litia deserved better and #TeamFair trending for days. Fan-made edits of her most emotional moments, paired with sad Taylor Swift songs, have racked up millions of views. Others, however, are defending Grant. "He followed his heart," wrote one user. "Would you rather he proposed to someone he wasn't fully in love with?" Bachelor Nation alums are chiming in too. Season 17's runner-up, Madison Clark, posted a cryptic TikTok captioned, "When the lead tells you one thing and does another." Been there? Meanwhile, last year's Bachelor, Jason Rowe, posted a message of support for Grant. "This process isn't easy. Sometimes love comes down to a whisper only you can hear." Tessa Monroe breaks her silence. Amid the swirl of controversy, the woman at the center of it all, Tessa Monroe, has finally spoken out. "I don't think it's fair to vilify Grant for making a choice," she told after the final rose host Zuri Hall. "This is a love story, not a strategy game. He chose me because he sees a future with me, and I love him for that." But even Tessa admits that watching the finale was painful. "Seeing Litia's heartbreak, it gutted me. No one deserves to feel that way. I hope she finds someone who chooses her every day." Behind-the-scenes secrets. Was Grant pressured? Insiders have begun whispering about possible producer interference, suggesting Grant may have been steered toward a more TV-ready ending. One anonymous crew member told Bachelor Insider Weekly, "There was a narrative being pushed. Tessa brought a sense of unpredictability that execs loved. Litia. Too perfect, too expected."